Hi everybody, I'm Pia from Stitches and Scraps. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet a sugar maple leaf. You can do it in one color like this one, or you can do it in multiple colors like this one. Let's make one together. This video goes along with a written pattern and the chart. We're going to be referencing the chart in the video. You can get both the written pattern and the chart at the link in the description on the video if you're watching this on YouTube, or in the blog post itself if you're watching this on my blog. You'll see that I've highlighted alternate rounds in yellow, and that's just to make it easier for us to see where we are in the pattern. In the actual pattern, these rounds are color-coded, but I only have a black and white printer. So if you also are printing it out and only have a black and white printer, you can use the color coding on the screen as a guide and highlight your pattern like this as well to help you see the separate rounds. So let's get started, and I'm going to use a different color for each round so you can see how each round works. Round 1 is just a simple circle of 6 single crochet. So we chain 2 and we work 6 single crochet into that second chain from the hook. So I'm going to go ahead and do that in green, chain 2, and in that second chain from the hook, work 6 single crochet. Now I don't make a slip knot, so my second chain ends up working very much like a magic circle, or exactly like a magic circle. You can certainly use a magic circle if you prefer, or whatever your preferred method for starting a circle. That's 4, 5, and 6. And then we join. Now since I'm changing colors, I'm going to go ahead and do that join in my new color. So we join into the first stitch, and I'm going to jump forward to this yellow color for round 2. There we go. And we'll cut the green to get it out of our way. There's going to be a lot of ends on this one because I'm changing colors a lot. Okay, so there is our round 1. That's that circle in the middle there. Let's look at round 2. Round 2 starts right here where the little number 2 is. I'll zoom in a bit. Do you see that little number 2 right there? That starts round 2, and the arrow says it goes in this direction. All right? So we're going to do this one lobe at a time. There's 5 lobes to this. All right? Looking at this first lobe, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, okay? Then we're going to single crochet into the first single crochet from round 1. Then we're going to do these chains here. We're going to work back into the chains, and then we're going to single crochet again right in that same single crochet from round 1. So let's do that. First we do a chain 1 and a single crochet into that first stitch. So chain 1 and single crochet into the first stitch, right? Easy enough. Now we're going to chain 5, okay? 2 of them become this chain 2 space at the top, and then we're going to single crochet back into the other 3. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ignore those first 2, that's a chain 2 space, and single crochet back into the other 3. And it does not matter if you want to single crochet in the back bumps or in the top 2 loops. Whatever you want to do is fine. We're going to be working into both sides of the chain on the next round. All right, so that is my 3 single crochet and my little chain 2 space up there. The last thing to do for this lobe is to single crochet right back into the first stitch that we worked into already. So this one's worked into there, and that's where we're going to put our next single crochet. And we're ready to go on to the next lobe. For the next lobe, which is right here, we're going to do pretty much the same thing, just bigger, okay? So we single crochet into the next stitch to get us started, right? Now this time we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? We still have our chain 2 space at the top, so we're going to skip 2 chains. we're going to single crochet back in all of the other chains. So that's 6 single crochet, right? Because we skipped 2. So there's the 2 we're skipping, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 single crochet back. Now, to end this lobe, we're not ending it with a single crochet, we're ending it with a half double crochet because we want to create sort of an oval shape here. So a half double crochet into that same stitch that we started the lobe in. So there's where we started the lobe. We're going to half double crochet into that stitch. All right, now we're on to lobe number 3. Now lobe 3 starts and ends with half double crochets. So we're going to start by making a half double into the next stitch. And this time we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chains. We skip those 2, which means there's 7 single crochet going back down. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chains, skip 2 of them, single crochet in each of the rest. So 1, 2, and 7. And then we end our lobe with a half double crochet in the same stitch that we already worked into. So that's right there. And we half double crochet into it. All right, that was lobe 3. The next lobe starts with a half double and goes to a single because now we're getting smaller again, right? So half double, and this mirrors this one. So we chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we work our 6 single crochet back. So we start with a half double in this stitch. Then we work 8 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then single crochet in 6 of them. So we skip these 2, and it's 1 and 6, and then we end with a single crochet back into that same stitch where we worked our half double. So there's the stitch, and I single crochet into it, and that is our 4th lobe. They look like little fingers, right? So we're on to our 5th and final lobe. And that one is single and single, right? So starts with a single, ends with a single. So we do a single crochet, we chain 5, we work our 3 single crochets back, and then we do a single crochet right where we started. So single crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip the top 2, single crochet in the other 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then single crochet back where we started right here. So we've made 5 lobes, but we have 1 extra stitch on the bottom that we have to deal with, right? Because we had 6 stitches in the center. So for that one, what we're going to do, we're right here, okay, is we're going to just slip stitch into that one. See that tiny little dot there? That's a slip stitch. So we've come around here, we're going to slip stitch into that one. And then we'll be ready to start the next round. So I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch using my new color. So I'm slip stitching with my next color, and I'm ready to start round 3. Round 3 is highlighted in yellow again, okay? And it starts right here where that little number 3 is, and it goes in this direction. It starts with this chain right here, okay? So we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet into the first single crochet of our first lobe here. All right, so chain 1, single crochet into that first single crochet. Now, we're working into the chains here, into the bottom of the chains that we worked into the top of before, okay? And we're gonna do 2 single crochet in the first chain. So that is 1, 2, okay? 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 chains. So that is 1 in this one and 1 in this one. And then we're at our chain 2 space. And the chain 2 space is hard to see. I get it. It's right here. It's where this one and that one are. As long as you get somewhere in the vicinity of that and you're consistent about it, it doesn't really matter. So if you're off a little bit, you're okay. Leaves are not symmetrical anyway, right? So in that chain space, we're going to do a half double crochet, a chain 2, and a half double crochet. So we're going to do a half double crochet, a chain 2, and a half double crochet, all in the same spot. So the thing you want to be careful about is not to use this one right here, because that's our next stitch that we're going to work into. So you don't want to put all this over here, otherwise you'll lose a stitch and you'll be like, my counts aren't working out. So here, after we do this half double crochet, we're doing a single crochet in the next stitch and a single crochet in the next stitch, and then we're going to skip that last one because there's 3 of them here, right? So single crochet in this one, single crochet in this one, and then we're going to skip this one here. Okay, now we've come to the middle where we've got the end of this lobe and the beginning of the next lobe, and to cinch these 2 lobes together a little bit, we're going to go ahead and do a decrease, a single crochet 2 together over these 2 stitches. So right in here, we're going to pull up a loop in this one, right? And then we're going to pull up a loop in this one, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops to get our single crochet 2 together in the middle. That's that. Now we're going to skip the next chain. Do you see that? Skip that chain. That's that one. And we're going to work into the next 3 chains with a single crochet. So skip that one and go 1, 2, and 3 chains with a single crochet. Now here we're making an extra stitch just to kind of give us a little bump, because these leaves are a little bumpy. So we're doing a half double crochet and a single crochet into the next chain. So half double crochet and a single crochet into this chain. Then we do a half double crochet in the next chain, and that should bring us to our chain 2 space. So half double crochet here, and now I'm at the chain 2 space. In the chain 2 space, I'm doing a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in this lobe here. So find my chain 2 space and do a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Okay, now we're working back, and I'm going to put my little bump in the next stitch here. So I'm doing a half double there. Okay, so find that very first stitch right there and do a half double. Oop, there we go. And then single in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we're in here, and again we're going to skip that last single crochet, that one right there, right? And we're going to work our decrease between the 2 lobes into these half doubles down here. So we're skipping that single, and we're going to, no yarn over, we're going to work our single crochet 2 together. So pull up a loop in those 2 half doubles, and then pull through all 3 loops. Okay, now we've joined these 2 lobes. So let's work on the 3rd lobe. We're going to skip 1 chain, single crochet in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. Okay, so skip 1, single crochet in the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Then we have a half double and single in the next chain. So half double and single in that same chain, and then a double in the next chain. Double. Okay, that brings us to our chain 2 space where we do a double, a chain 2, and a double. So in our chain 2 space, kind of find that there. There we go. See, now I'm having trouble finding it exactly, so I know this is the stitch I want to work into next, and I just kind of find a spot there. There we go, that'll work. Double, chain 2, and double. All right, now a double into the next stitch. So coming around this side, there's my first stitch, and I do a double into that stitch. Okay. Single and then half double into the next stitch. So single and then half double into that next stitch. And then single in the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that leaves us 1 to skip, and then we're back in the center again. There's our 1 that we're skipping, and then we're back in the center. So do our decrease in the center. In this half double and that half double, we're going to pull up a loop, pull up a loop in the other one, yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay. So that is that decrease. Now coming back into the 4th lobe, we skip the first chain, we single crochet 4 times, and then we half double. So skip the first chain right there, single crochet in the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then half double in the next one. Half double. Now in the chain 2 space, we're doing a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So find that chain 2 space and do a double crochet. Make sure I'm in the right spot, which I am not. There we go. Double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet. So then I'm going to half double in the next single crochet. So half double, single and half double in the next single crochet. So single and half double, single in each of the next 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Skip the next one and do a decrease between the 2 lobes. So skip that one and do my decrease here. And that gets me through here. So I skipped that one and I did my decrease there. Now I'm going to skip one here and I'm going to do 2 single crochets. So 1 in each of those 2. So skip that one and then 1 and 2. Now I'm at my chain space. And in my chain space, I'm going to do a half double, a chain 2, and a half double. So half double, chain 2, and half double. Now if these spaces really bother you and you would rather have a larger space to work with, you can add an extra chain. You could do, instead of doing 5 chains when you do this round 2, you could do 6 chains and have an extra chain in your space, and then your spaces would be easier to find. I chose not to do that because I didn't want the hole, but either way is fine. You can definitely do that. That's an adjustment you can make if you want to. Okay, so single crochet in the next 2, then 2 single crochet in the next one. So let's do that one. Single crochet, single crochet, and then 2 single crochets. 1, 2, okay, and then we got 1 more left, which is just a single crochet, and we're back to the center. Now the center looks very confusing in this picture because there's a lot going on. After this single crochet, you see that chain 1. So we're going to do the chain 1, and then we're going to slip stitch into this chain 1, the chain 1 that we started the round with. All right, so that slip stitch goes there. If you put it in the wrong spot, it's okay. If you slip stitched into that slip stitch, that would work fine too. But you're basically slip stitching into the center of the leaf is the point of that one. So we chain 1, and then there's our very first chain 1 that we did. So I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into that. And I'm at the center of the leaf. So now I'm ready for round 4. And actually I'm going to do that slip stitch in my next color. so that I can make that color change for round 4. Round 4 is an edging round. There's 3 things going on in this round. First of all, we've got the basic edging, which is chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch in most of the stitches. Okay, then we have these picots. We have big picots at the tops of the lobes that are slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch. And then we have smaller picots in our little bump outs here that are slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch. And then the other thing going on is we have these single crochet 3 togethers that pull our lobes together tightly at the end. So let's get started right from here with a chain 1 and a slip stitch into the first single crochet from round 3. So chain 1 and slip stitch into this first single crochet from round 3. There we go. Now we're going to chain 1, slip stitch into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more stitches before we get to that chain 2 space. So chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, that's 2, chain 1, slip stitch, that's 3. See how that makes that wavy little border? Chain 1, slip stitch, that's 4. And chain 1, slip stitch is 5, if you don't split the yarn, 5. Okay, that brings us to our chain 2 space, which is much easier to see on this round. And in our chain 2 space, we're going to do a chain 1 to get to it. Then we're going to do a slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch in the space, and then we're going to do another chain 1. So chain 1 to get there, slip stitch, chain 3, and slip stitch right back in that same space. That's our little point at the tip. Now we're going to do another chain 1 right here, and we start again with slip stitch in that stitch, and then chain 1 and slip stitch in the next stitch. So chain 1, slip stitch in this stitch, okay, chain 1, and slip stitch in the next stitch. And we come to our first single crochet 3 together. So I'm taking that 1 stitch from the first lobe, that decreased stitch we did in the middle, and 1 stitch from the second lobe. And I'm pulling them all together in this decrease here. So there is my 1 stitch from this lobe, 1 stitch from the middle, and 1 stitch from the next lobe. I've pulled up a loop in all of them, and then I'm going to pull through all the loops on my hook to pull them all together. That is that decrease there. Now I'm doing my slip stitch. Now notice I didn't chain between this slip stitch and this decrease, or between this decrease and the next slip stitch. There's no chains in between there because I'm trying to pull things together, not spread them apart. So I've done my decrease. I'm going to slip stitch in the next stitch, which is this one right here. So slip stitch there. Then I'm going to chain 1 and slip stitch into the next stitch. So chain 1, slip stitch in the next stitch. Okay, now I've come to my little bump. See that increase that was done there? Into the half double crochet of that, I'm going to go chain 1, slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch, and then chain 1. So chain 1 to get there, slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch in the same spot, and then chain 1 to get to the next stitch. Okay, now I slip stitch in the next stitch and chain 1, slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 1, slip stitch in the next stitch, and that brings me to my chain 2 space. So slip stitch, whoop, there we go, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, and slip stitch. And that gets me to the chain 2 space. Remember what we're doing in our chain 2 space. We're first doing a chain 1 to get there. Then we're going to do the larger picot, which is the slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch. So slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch. And then we do a chain 1 to get to our next stitch. And in our next stitch, we do a slip stitch and chain 1. So slip stitch and chain 1. And then here we're doing a small picot, so slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch. And that's our half double crochet. So slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch. And you can see those, that makes these little tiny bumps right there. You see that? That just gives us some teeth on our leaf here. Then we chain 1 and we're up to the decreases. Now on these leaves, we're doing a bunch of decreases because we want to pull these lobes together here. So we chain 1, we chain 1, and then we get the next 3 stitches on this lobe itself. The next 3 stitches, we're going to single crochet 3 together. So 1, 2, and 3, and this is really going to make this leaf curl, or this lobe curl upwards, because it makes this side much longer than this side. So that'll make that curl upwards a lot. So there's 1 decrease. Now the next decrease takes 1 stitch from this lobe, 1 stitch from the middle, and 1 stitch from that lobe. So there is 1 stitch from this lobe, 1 from the middle, and 1 from the next lobe. And pull them all together. Now in the next lobe, again, we've got another one of those decreases. So that is 1, 2, 3, and decrease that. And so with those 3 decreases, we've really pulled these 2 lobes close together and tight. Now we continue around the top here. We chain 1, and then we're going to do a small picot in that half double crochet. So chain 1, and then slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch in that half double. And you know you're in the right place because you're working into where there's 2 stitches in 1 stitch, right? Right there. Now we're going to chain 1, slip stitch in the single, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, all the way around to our chain 2 space at the top. So chain 1, slip stitch, 3 times I believe it is, 2 and 3. And that brings us to our chain 2 space at the top. We're chaining 1 to get there. Then we do a big picot, slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch into that chain 2 space, right? That's that. Chain 1, slip stitch in the next 1, 2, 3 stitches. So chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch. Okay, that's that single crochet that brought us to our half double. We're going to chain 1 and then do a small picot in the half double. So chain 1, small picot is slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch. Okay, then we chain 1 and we're ready for our decreases again. So chain 1 and we're going to do 3 decreases again. So 1, 2, 3 together from this lobe, then 1 from this lobe, 1 in the center, and 1 from the next lobe, and pull those together. And then 1, 2, 3 together from the next lobe. There's our 3 decreases. Now we chain 1 and do a picot in the next half double crochet. So chain 1 and do a picot here. So slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch, right? Chain 1 and slip stitch in the next double crochet. Chain 1, slip stitch in the double crochet. Okay. We're to our chain 2 space, so again, chain 1 to get there, slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch, and chain 1 to get to our next stitch. And then we're going slip stitch, chain 1, 1, 2, 3 times. So slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, and then chain 1 brings us to this half double where we're going to do a little picot. So in the half double, I go slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch, okay. And then I'm coming back around, I'm going to do a chain 1, slip stitch twice. So chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch. That brings me to here. And then I do a 3 together between the 2 lobes. And you know you're in the right place when you've got 1 from this lobe, 1 in the middle, and 1 from this lobe. Okay? So pull up a loop, pull up a loop, pull up a loop. There you go. So that was that decrease. No chain in between this slip stitch and the decrease here. Slip stitch in the next one, right there. And now we chain 1, slip stitch in the next stitch. So chain 1, slip stitch. We're at our corner again, so we're going to chain 1 to get to the space. Then in the space we're doing slip stitch, chain 3, and slip stitch right there. Chain 1, slip stitch all the way around now. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times I'm going to do a chain 1, slip stitch. So chain 1, slip stitch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Now to finish the round, I'm going to do a chain 1 and then I'm going to slip stitch into the starting chain 1 of the round. So chain 1, okay, and slip stitch into the starting chain 1 of the round, which is right here-ish, right there. See that little V? Again, doesn't really matter if you get right into that slip stitch or into that chain 1, because it just matters that you're at the center. So you want to get close to the center because you're going to make your stem next. And again, I forgot to change colors, so I'm going to change colors to make the stem. There we go. Okay, so I did my slip stitch into the center there. So now we start row 5, and I've moved my pattern a little bit so you could see it. Row 5 is just the stem, okay? And it's a row because we're not going all the way around. So we're going to start here at that last slip stitch we made, and we're going to end in that same spot. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains, skip one of them, and then slip stitch all the way back in the other 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains, more or less if you want a different size stem. Skip that first one, slip stitch in all the chains back. Now on this one you might want to work in the back bumps if you want a really pretty edge on your stem, but it doesn't matter that much. It's going to look pretty either way. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Whoop. There we go. 5. And then just to anchor our stem, we're going to slip stitch back into the center again. In the instructions and on the chart, I have you slip stitching back right into that same last slip stitch you made. You can see this little slip stitch right here goes into the one that we made on the last row. If you can't find that slip stitch, it doesn't matter. Just go right into the center area right here and slip stitch in there somewhere. You're just anchoring the stem down. So I fastened off, and there's a lot of ends to weave in because I changed colors a lot. So all that's left to do is weave in the ends, and you're probably going to want to wash this and block it or press it in some way. When you weave in this end from the stem, you're going to want to use it to anchor that stem a little better to the leaf itself. So when you weave it back in that way, it will anchor it a little bit. And otherwise, you just weave in these ends and get it all blocked out the way you want. Pull on your little picots and you have a leaf. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, or leave me a comment. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more great videos. Thanks for watching.